Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things.
I was somewhere about Spain when I started to realize what a terrible mistake I've made. Flying always makes me nervous, so I tend to take the edge off by having a drink. By having a drink, I of course meant locking myself in a plane's restroom and taking all the drugs I managed to smuggle through security. But it's obvious not set in a polite society. I was starting to lose focus, so I had to remind myself of my mission.
Alright, let's get right to the heart of this thing.
24 hours ago, I was having my regular afternoon sunbathing with a little bit of ether, when suddenly I heard a terrifying scream from the depths of hell that sent chills down my spine.
Yeah?
Huh? Yes? Huh. Well, of course. Tight budget, huh? Uh-huh. Yeah, no problem. That was headquarters. They want me to go to Lisbon at once and film a report on the wrapping the rig up over there. For some reason... what the fuck? They thought I'd be the best guy for this gig. Anyways, they told me that after my last trip to Vegas, I had to be a little more modest this time. So they're sending me a camera. But without a cameraman. They must be crazy, right? Oh.
I was all alone.
Yeah.
Suddenly, everything started to come to me, because this time it was different. No lawyer, no cameraman, only a determined doctor of journalism heading head straight into the lion's den with a head full of drugs. I was definitely ready. The first task on my list when I landed in Lisbon was to find the root of this recent surge in drug popularity. Dope pushers and addicts are fucking animals, and there's only one place where animals of all sorts gather. The zoo. This place had extremely menacing vibrations all around, and I felt like I might need a helping hand, so I hired a local geek I found near the monkey pavilion. He told me his name was Lacerda. I promised him 500 euros a day for just pointing the camera at me. But of course I had no money for Lacerda's salary, but he didn't know that yet, and I tended to keep it that way. We and my new partner in crime decided to explore the rest of this place to see if we could find any clues that could help us. The dolphins also didn't know anything, although they are fucking clever bastards that know how to put on a show. We thought we might have a better chance in the sky than on the ground. But even from the gods' perspective, we didn't see no drugs wreaking havoc on the decent people of Lisbon. But at least we saw a rhino and other big fuckers. Magnificent animals. I attempted to purchase one of the apes from the zookeeper, but he couldn't speak English. Maybe it was for the best. If something agitated on the plane, he could bite off somebody's head. Then the cops would come and took him away. That would be a waste of a good animal. The zoo was a total disaster. I was nowhere close to having any material for the report, and we wasted the day. The next day we decided it was time to get our hands dirty, and we went out to the harsh streets of Lisbon to find this cancer eating at the heart of Portugal. But no dirt was anywhere to be found. Our hands were clean and the streets empty from people. We aimlessly roamed around the streets, desperately searching for answers, and maybe at least a small sight of the mad wave that once used to fill the atmosphere of these alleys. Suddenly, something in me wanted to escape the disheartening, strangling clutches of this city, at least for a while. Beach felt like a safe place to regroup and plan our next move. There's a strange, calming feeling watching the waves break on the fine sand and then rolling back into the ocean where they belong, and setting everything back the way it was, a never-ending cycle. To be willing to take the risk by jumping in the void of uncertainty, head straight without knowing if there is a way back, to surrender oneself totally to fate and the ability to survive. Now that is something to stand for. Many folks don't have the courage to do something like that. Sometimes I'm among them. Making the right decisions isn't always easy, and it can scar you for life. No sympathy for the devil, keep that in mind. Buy the ticket, take the ride. I started to realize there is no drug crisis. The only crisis is that there are no drugs here. The few drugs you can get here are the kind that are best used to wash dirty socks rather than stuffing up your nose. Horrible stuff. So if there is no crisis, what was I doing out here? What was the meaning of this trip? Was I just roaming around in a drug frenzy of some kind? Or had I really come out here to Lisbon to work on a story? Perhaps the magazine didn't send me here, and maybe that day at the pool no one was talking to me through that inflatable phone. Maybe it was just the drugs talking. But why did they leave me here? Was all this just a vacation? A momentary escape from the harsh reality back at home? Well, why not? Sometimes when you feel the walls closing in, you just need a moment to breathe, to make your head straight, to see clearly. And after that, kick the door wide open and don't take no for an answer. Sometimes you just need to write your own story. Choose your own path. How many days have I been here? Felt like a lifetime. The memories started to fade and strangle my mind, like when you take a little too much LSD and all the people around you start looking like an ugly chimpanzee dyke, and nothing in your head or around you makes sense and you feel lost. You can no longer tell what's real and what's not, what's right and what's wrong, where's up and where's down. That ugly feeling like there won't be no happy ending for you. The feeling like you have lost all the battles, that there is no hope left, and the will to continue the fight is simply gone. That's when you need to pack your things and screech off like a madman into the night and just make a run for it. And hope you'll be faster than the nightmares, and that the daily woes of life won't catch up with you. Praying that the universe will give you one last chance to make your big shot. But flee where? I heard Spain is nice this time of the year.
Oh, Mama, can this really be the end?